Hey everybody, so welcome back to part 2 of this Deborah Muller color along out of Fairy Merry Christmas. Right now I'm working on her skin and I've been kind of alternating between light brown and dark brown here. And I'm using Crayola pencils today. I thought that would be kind of fun to use Crayola because I don't show my Crayola pencils any love. Hardly ever. So, yeah. No, I'm sorry, light brown and brown, not light brown and dark brown. I keep calling that dark brown, but it's not. It's light brown. So I was just working on her skin, and that's about it. So talking about, I was gonna talk about Christmas, since this is a Christmas book. What are you guys, wanting for Christmas this year? Have you started thinking about it at all? Are you preparing your Christmas shopping for others yet? Like, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever it is you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas, but yeah, so kind of exciting. It's so funny because Keith has asked me, probably I would say he started asking me about I don't know if it's been a whole month, but I would say at least 2 weeks ago, he asked me, start making your Christmas list in my Amazon cart. For the last few years, what we've done is, he tells me to put stuff I want in his Amazon cart. And he always has me put a lot in there so that I don't know what it's going to be. You know, like if I only put like 2 or 3 things in there, then I pretty much know what I'm gonna get. So he makes me put in, you know, like multiple things so that it'll be a surprise. So, and that way he's got stuff in there he can use for my birthday too, because and Valentine's Day and everything like that. So I started adding some things into his cart, but I asked him, well, what are you wanting for your birthday or for Christmas? I'm sorry. And he's like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I'm like, that's how boys are. They're like that. But I think I have an idea of one thing I'm going to get him. He just recently got an Xbox One. He's very behind. Well, not very behind, but he's just like, he likes playing video games, but he likes getting a lot of use out of his video games. And so, like, he was still playing on the PlayStation 3. And he didn't want a 4 because he still had like brand new games for the 3 that he hadn't used yet or played much of. And he was like, well, I want to play those before I get an Xbox One or a PS4. And I said, well, what are you going to want more, the Xbox One or the PS4? And he hadn't really decided. He liked his original Xbox a lot, but then he was really enjoying the PS3 also. Well, what happened was his PS3 pooped out. It totally died. And so he ended up saying to me a while ago, could he get, this is how I am. I like start telling one thing and then I go into something completely different and lose my track of thought. I don't understand, like, I'm kind of crazy like that. But anyways, so I have a point, I think, if I don't lose it. So he had decided he wanted an Xbox One when his PS3 died. So I happened to have some Kohl's cash, and there was an Xbox One, the one that has a bigger memory, and I'm not up on video games at all, so I don't know if I'm saying this correctly or not, but it was like a slim type one, and it had a bigger memory, and it came with a few games. It was on sale. I want to say it was on sale for like $249, maybe. Because what are they originally, like $2.99? Does that sound right? And then it was on sale for $2.49. And then I had Kohl's cash that would have taken it down to $199. And then I had a coupon that applied to it also, maybe like a 20% off coupon or a 15% off coupon. And that applied to it as well. And then when we were in line to pay for it at Kohl's, this woman was ahead of us, and she was using Kohl's cash to pay for her purchase, and she had Kohl's cash left over that she didn't want, and she gave it to us. I think it was like $8 or $9 in Kohl's cash that she had left. And she said, well, I don't want this. I'm not going to use it. So would you like it? So we ended up getting his Xbox, I want to say for like $160 or $150, something like that. It was a really good price we got it for. And, but anyways, he doesn't play online with other people like some people do. He doesn't like doing that, very much, but I guess if you play online, it opens up more levels for a lot of different games. See, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but as I think how he explained it to me, because I'm not a gamer at all. But so he had a trial of that Xbox Live. I guess it allows you to get online, you know, and be online and stuff like that. And he enjoyed having those extra levels and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to get him a subscription to that Gold Live, or I can't remember what it's called. I guess I better figure it out before Christmas comes, huh? But, yeah, so I think I'm going to get him that. And then I don't know, probably the new Star Wars game, Battlefront 2, I think it's called. Something like that. And then I don't know what else. He's got this coat. You guys are going to laugh at me. You know how like a husband always, like on TV and in movies, they have that stereotype of a husband always has like an old recliner chair that's like beat up and the stuffing's coming out and it's hideous and the wife wants to get rid of it and the husband doesn't want to let it go. Well, in our house, it's not a coat. It's not a chair. It's a coat. He has a coat that he loves that is denim, and it has that Sherpa lining, you know, that looks like lamb's wool. He has that, and like it has like lamb's wool on the inside, but then the collar is that Sherpa stuff, and he loved that. He loves that coat, and it is falling apart. It's got holes in the sleeves. It's like faded. Like it's like that kind of stonewashed denim from like the 80s, you guys. Like that really, really light denim. And it's just awful. It's awful. And so, and he has really nice coats. Like he has a really nice wool pea coat. He has two of those actually. He has a gray one, like a charcoal gray, and then he has one that's navy blue. Those are both really, really nice. And he's got two really nice leather jackets. And then he's got some like kind of like puffy parka type coats. Like one of them is a San Francisco 49ers, which is weird because he doesn't follow San Francisco. I don't know how it came to pass that he had that. And then he has like a Red Wings coat for the Red Wings hockey. He's got a lot of coats, but he loves that denim coat with the sheepskin lining that is horrible looking. And every time he wears it, he goes, I know you hate this coat. And I'm like, I don't hate you. You know, it's like one of those things. So I'm always on the lookout for one like that I can get him as a replacement. But, and you'll find them, but they're not the same. This one is really thick, like a really thick winter coat. And a lot of the ones you see now are not the same. They're not heavy like that. But man, if I could find him one of those, that'd be great. So I'm always on the lookout for that. But he doesn't need any like clothing. He's got tons of clothes, and I buy him hats all the time. He doesn't need any hats or gloves or anything like that. He's got lots and lots of that stuff. So he just needs a new. I was really proud of him actually, because he had a denim jacket. He lost a lot of weight. Keith's never been overweight or anything like that, but he lost a lot of weight a couple years ago because he had gallbladder issues and he wasn't able to eat very much. And so he lost quite a bit of weight. And he went down like about a size, pant size in that. And so he needed a new denim jacket. And so he got one that was really nice. It was like Adam Levine or Adam Levine. Really nice. So yeah, he's got that. That's a really nice one. But if I could find one of those, what do you call it? One of those sheepskin ones for him to replace his other one, that would be good. Now I have this mahogany. It's got some red in it. I'm going to try to do a little bit of that and see if I can put some color in her cheeks, and we'll see. I don't know though. I'm trying to look at her neck. It doesn't look as dark as her face. So maybe I'm going to do a little bit more with the brown on there. But for me, for Christmas, pretty much all I think I want is coloring supplies, pencils, a few books. I have some books, but mostly pencils. I'm interested in trying some different pencil sets. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about those hero pencils. They also, I think, come in another under another name, but I'm not sure if it's a different name, two different sets that are the same, but they have two different names. But they're put out by the same company, I think, and they're like 150 or 160 pencils. But the ones I was looking at were the hero ones, and I think they're oil pencils, and they're budget friendly. I think they're like $20 for the set, and everybody seems to be pleased with them. Everyone that has them, they seem to be pleased with them. So I'd kind of like to try those out because I thought they might do good in like these Create Space books, with this paper that's kind of coarse. I thought they might be good. And then I also would like to try the Sooty Styles. I think, is that how you pronounce them? I'm going to sharpen my mahogany, so you're going to hear that. Got that nice and sharp. So I'm going to try to put a little bit of color in her cheeks here. I'd like to try those Sooty Styles. Everyone says that they're like similar to the Marco Raffine pencils. And I have the Marco Raffine. I think they came in like a 72 set. Does that sound right? Or 48? I can't remember which. And I have those and I like them. And I've gotten quite a bit of use out of them. They're pretty nice. But I would like, and I think they work really well in these Create Space books. But I think I would like to try to have a bigger, what am I looking for here? Color range. And so they come in a 150 set, I think the Sooty Styles do. Well, I think you can buy them in a 120 and maybe a 150. But I know they're at least a 120. And I think those are about $30. Between 30 and 35, I think. So, excuse me, I would like to try those. So I also have those on my Christmas list as well, because I think that they'd be fun to have. And I've been really pleased with my Marco Raffines. Like I said, I've gotten quite a bit of use out of them. And sometimes when Keith colors, because he does color sometimes too, he'll use those. So I thought it'd be nice to have a bigger set. I know they're not supposed to be like marketed under the same brand. But everyone says they're the same, so I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's one of those companies, that is kind of marketing multiple items, but it's all coming from the same, the same place. They have the same ingredients, kind of like how cosmetics companies are, one giant conglomerate owns many smaller companies. And I used to always want makeup for Christmas. I used to always ask for like high-end palettes or Christmas palettes, like holiday collections. But I have really curbed my makeup spending and my makeup shopping. I still enjoy it, but it's just not like what I used to do. And so This year, the only makeup item I'm really wanting for Christmas would be like the Lorac Mega Pro 4, which if you're not into makeup, Lorac puts out a Mega Pro palette every Christmas for holiday, and it's got, I don't know how many, 40 shades in it? Does that sound like it's too many? I don't know, 36? But I think the palette is usually around $60. And I only have one of them. I've got the two. I didn't get the first one. The first one was kind of like a debacle because they hyped it up really big and then they sold it only on Amazon and the Lorac website. And it crashed Amazon the day that it debuted, and they ended up releasing it earlier than they had said they were going to. So a lot of people that were planning on buying it and were prepared to purchase it weren't able to because they did like an early release at the last minute and people couldn't get it. So there was a lot of very unhappy people. So Lorac company learned from their mistake, and the next year for the Mega Pro 2, they put it at Ulta. So it was an Ulta exclusive. Well, I think you could get it on the Lorac website also, but it was an Ulta exclusive. And now this year they have and then last year they had the Mega Pro 3, was the same way, Ulta exclusive and on the Lorac website. And then this year it's for the 4, it's the same way. But what happened was I didn't think I wanted any of them. And then after the Mega Pro 2 was out, was quite old hat. I think the 3 was out last holiday season. They had some limited quantities of the Mega Pro 2 on HSN. And so I got it. And I like it. I use it. But I didn't get the 3. And so this year I thought, well, I wouldn't mind having the 4. But they always sell out before, like, the holiday. And then later on, if they have them available anyways, I don't understand how companies come up with their strategies and stuff like that. Because why don't they just sell them until they're done with them, instead of saying that it's sold out and then, like a year later or 6 months later, they come out with more of them. I don't quite understand how that works, but whatever. So I'm interested in the Mega Pro 4, but that's probably pretty much the only makeup item that I'm interested in this year. Although I do think that the MAC Snowball collection is really pretty. And I know some of you guys at this point are saying, doesn't she sell Avon? Yes, I do. But I like all different brands, of makeup. I'm really into cosmetics and beauty, skincare, stuff like that. So I use a variety of brands. So we have her cheeks done now. They're a little bit flushed. I'm not crazy about this one. I like the other one better, but that's okay. That's okay. So we have to figure out some kind of eyeshadow for her, because, my fairies all have to have eyeshadow. And then I gotta work on her eyes. So I'm gonna blend. We're just gonna use the blending pencil, I decided. So I've got my Prismacolor colorless blender here, and I'm gonna clean the tip off of it because I had something green on there. And I'm just gonna kind of run the blender pencil over everything really quick. I don't always use a blender pencil, but sometimes it's easier. If you don't have a blender pencil, I highly suggest getting one. I know when I very first started coloring, I didn't understand how people could get that kind of like flawless blend. I was like really confused by that. How do they do that, And even then you can see it's not doing it flawlessly. You can still see some marks, but that's the paper, doing that. But you know, then I started to learn a little bit more, and I learned about the blending pencils, and I started using those, and it just made things a lot easier. I was a lot more pleased with my coloring pages. They had more, you know, they just looked a little bit more polished that way. But like I said, I don't always use the pencil now. I used to use it a lot when I first was coloring it and I got introduced to the blending pencil. I used it a lot. But now sometimes, like especially if I'm coloring in something that has a better paper, I don't need it. I can blend my pencils pretty well with just the light layers, or I can use a white pencil to blend over, and that usually satisfies me. But I do like to use, if I'm using a white pencil as a blender, I prefer the Prismacolor white pencil. I don't have a ton of pencil experience. The only white pencils I've got are my Prismacolors. I have the white Faber-Castell Polychromos. And I have white Crayola, a white Marco Raffine, a white Royal and Langnickel. And I just think that of the ones I have, the Prismacolor Premier is the brightest white. And it works the best for blending or highlighting. Because you guys know I like to highlight with my white pencil, sometimes go over like stuff I've colored with marker and add highlights in with my white pencil. And the Prismacolor works better. I thought when I got my Polychromos, I thought, oh, well, maybe the Polychromos white will be better. But I prefer the Prismacolor, definitely. I'm just kind of doing a quick blend here. I'm satisfied. It's not a masterpiece. I'm using Crayola pencils. Not to say that you can't do something really fantastic with Crayola, because I've seen some magnificent coloring pages finished with Crayola. But I'm not an artist, and I don't have the skill to work with Crayola the way some people do. So, not crazy about this right here. I know I made the tip of her nose brighter than the rest, but I think I might kind of blend down with this tan a little bit. That's a little bit better. So it's just kind of sprinkling off and on. They said we're supposed to have heavy rain today. It's very dark, but so far we haven't had much. But they said it would be later in the afternoon, and it's now, I think, after 2. So it'll probably be coming along soon. I'm going to put some gold paint here on her necklace too, once I break out the paint. I think she's cute. I like her. I should come up with a name for her. Janelle. I have no idea where that came from. It just did. So I'm opening my my scary box here, and I'm gonna find a color to use for her eyes, like her eyeshadow. Than that. Let's do something fun. What about this green blue? That'll work. We'll do green blue. So green blue. I'm going to turn her sideways again because that's how I roll. I'm going to color her eyeshadow. Because all my Christmas fairies are going to have blue eyeshadow and look like they hang out at the truck stop. I'm trying to think, what else did I have on my Christmas list that was coloring related? I had those 2 sets of pencils. And then just some various books. There's actually some Deborah Muller books that I don't have that I put on there. Halloween Cats. I don't have that one. And I would like that. And also The Mermaid Circus. I don't have that. So it would be fun to have that one. So I'm going to finish her eyes, and then I think we'll stop. And then I'm going to go ahead and work some on my own. And then when I come back for the next installment, we will be doing like the gold paint, which will be a total experiment, and it might fail miserably. I don't know, but I figure we'll try it together and we'll see what happens. I'm not a very good painter, so that's going to be interesting. But you know what? It's all in fun, so we'll just give it a shot and see. And if I can encourage any of you to become more brave and take some risks with your coloring books, then I will consider it a success. That's what I was looking for. Consider it a success. Okay. I'm going to add some eyeliner because, you know, we got to have eyeliner. I wear eyeliner. Oops. Going into the whites of her eyes, but I can always cover that up with a gel pen if I need to. Got her some green eyeliner, green blue eyeliner. Let's tilt it and do the next one. Alrighty, you guys. Well, I'm going to stop. And like I said, I'm probably going to put some accents. I'll do that on my own. Not too many, maybe in the leaves, her antlers. And then we'll work on the wings. We're gonna bedazzle them. And then we'll do a background too, for the next installment. So thank you guys so much for watching. Question or comment. And oh, here comes my rain. It's pouring out, you guys. Okay. So yeah. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 3. Have a great day.